Hello everyone, welcome to BhadraIASAcademy. So let us continue our one topic a day discussion. So today we are going to discuss the latest information, or we can say a news item that is very popular, क्योंकि कुछ दिनों के पहले ही मुकेश अंबानी का रिलायंस ग्रुप ने अनाउंसमेंट किया है दैट दे आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द AI manufacturing, the AI production in India. So this is a very big news from the perspective of India's independence, sovereignty, security, data security, etc. So what is the significance of this announcement? So India first, like how America first, Trump का policy चल रहा है, वैसा this will be focused on India first. It is built for India and it will be built by India. That means it will be our local AI production. Now, second important part they have discussed is the AI for everyone. That means what? देश में सभी सेक्शन को, like education, business वाले, banking वाले, सब सेक्शन को ये AI का सुविधा मिल जाएगा. And it will be scalable because there will be having a world-class infrastructure construction will be created in Gujarat. It will be innovative because the next generation requirements will be produced here. And basically it will solve the real world problems for various, wherever we are using the AI technology today for the production of services. So now the big news is that Mukesh Ambani ka Reliance Group has announced the AI. What does it mean? What is the basic news? At the 2026 recent meeting, the Reliance industry announced that they are going to have an ambitious plan to make India the AI producer rather than AI consumer. So please try to understand. अभी इंडिया का हमारा सिचुएशन क्या है? वी आर द AI कंज्यूमर, नो वी आर नॉट द AI प्रोड्यूसर. So we are getting our AI from Washington and China. That is what Mukesh Ambani actually said. We are getting it from Washington and China. So now rather than consumers, rather than being importer, now we will be producing it, like we will become a manufacturing. Right? So now therefore it says rather than being a consumer of foreign AI technology, Reliance is planning to build India ka own AI infrastructure. Right? So this will really make our country quite strong in AI. That is going to be kind of a future for the next coming few years. So if you look at here, the goal is clear, to make India not just AI ready, but AI leading in future. Okay. So now there are some key announcements which we need to understand from the science and technology perspective and also from GS3 paper perspective. So now India will basically become AI creator rather than AI consumer. That I told you is the key point. So what does it benefit for our country? We will have a technological sovereignty. That's what I said in the beginning, independence and sovereignty. It is not the political independence and sovereignty. It is the technological independence and sovereignty. Right? Second, reduced dependence on foreign AI companies, like various companies which are now supplying like Claude, Anthropic, Meta, there are so many are there. Development of Indian language AI. Now we are using AI basically in English. So in future, they are planning to have a localized AI. Therefore, I said in the beginning, every section of society will benefit from this. So as a result, what will happen? India will turn out to be a global leader in AI revolution. The second important part of the announcement, as I mentioned earlier, is the language. Okay. So if you now look at here, the Reliance intelligence is going to come into various kind of a benefit for all the section, like business, small business, big business, all will benefit. Consumers will benefit in different ways. healthcare sector, education sector, agricultural sector, government services, all these can benefit from the AI revolution, which we are already using to certain extent, but we are using it with foreign technology, right? So now, which are the sectors to benefit? They have given here: healthcare, consumers, business, education, agriculture, etc. Right. So what are the main objectives of this AI revolution that they are planning? To build a foundational AI infrastructure in India. It will be established in Jamnagar, Gujarat. It will create a Indian AI models. We will have a indigenous AI models created by our own persons to fit into our own context as well. Now, the another important point we'll discuss also in detail. They are trying to create the AI in all Indian languages. Okay. So, it will democratize the AI access to every Indian. So, end of the day, what we can say, India will soon will have our own AI system rather than depending on foreign AI technology. So now the massive infrastructure is going to come in Jamnagar in Gujarat. Okay. So if you look at here, I have just tried to give here the image, the AI infrastructure. Now look at the details. Now Reliance is planning to build a large AI computing facility in Jamnagar, Gujarat. Now it will become a AI backbone for India, computing infrastructure about 120 megawatts, expected to be operationalized by the end of 2026. It will also use very advanced NVIDIA AI chips and also computing systems. Now generally when you talk about AI infrastructure, it requires a data center where they have to maintain lot of information, data, etc. Then another thing also we will discuss in detail now is the GPU. No, earlier we were familiar with the CPU, that is the central processing, what we used in the computer. Now AI does not need the CPU, it needs an advanced GPU. So what is the GPU? We'll come to that. Then high performance computing, now we need a supercomputer type of things. Then massive electricity supply is also required for AI infrastructure. So now they are therefore targeting to have all these kind of infrastructure soon in India. Clear? The fourth important thing which I already mentioned, this AI will be manufactured in 22 Indian languages. Like some things I have put here, for example, like Tamil, Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, etc., Gujarati, and all various types of languages will be available. All the 22 languages will be able to have access. So all the education will benefit if the AI is available in local languages. Like you can search for information, you can get notes, materials, etc. Right? Agriculture also will benefit. Farmers can get advice, weather forecasting, so many things they can learn from the AI. Government services also, schemes, implementation, information to people, access, processing, all that can be done. Healthcare will benefit by and large by consultancy, detection of disease, this, that, analytics, all that can be done with the help of AI. And entrepreneurship also can benefit. They will get innovation, ideas about business models, all these things AI can generate and give actually. The fifth point, there will be AI assistant for every Indian. That is what they promised. So Reliance plans to transform like the 𝗔𝗣𝗪𝗀 into a personal AI assistant. So each person can use AI for their own personal needs. Okay, so they are investing a massive 10 lakh crore AI investment. If you look at this 10 lakh crore, it is more than current Assam GDP. Now we are targeting to have a 10 lakh crore GDP, but Reliance is planning to invest 10 lakh crore in AI infrastructure. So it's a massive investment, 10 lakh crore. It is not a very small amount. Okay, if you compare our Assam GDP, it is less than 10 lakh crore. Okay. Now the seventh important point, partnerships with global AI leaders. So Currently, who are the global AI leaders? The main company is NVIDIA, then Meta, then Google. No, they are all involved in AI, but these are therefore they are foreign technology. Now they are planning to have our own indigenous local AI. So now what are the opportunities for India? Now this is the exam perspective. Suppose exam में हमें सवाल आ गया, what are the advantages of having a local Indian AI? So the economic benefits is that we will have a new type of an industry in India called AI industry. You know, so far we talked about cement industry, steel industry, iron industry, IT sector industry. Now today we are going to in future talk about AI industry. So high skilled job creation will be there, startup ecosystem growth will be promoted, export opportunities will be there. If you prepare lot of AI manufacturing in India, that can be exported. Strategic benefits is what? That's what we talk about sovereignty. We reduce our dependence on foreign AI. Like today we are talking about depending on foreign crude oil, natural gas, all that. In future we'll be depending on foreign for AI. So that's what they are already trying to manufacture in India. Similarly, data sovereignty. We'll have our own data creation, data will be stored here. Then national security advantage. Means we don't have to depend on other country. Our data, our information, all that will be within India. Social benefits, like already we discussed, education, healthcare, agriculture, all this will benefit. By and large, society in general will benefit. However, there are some challenges in this AI. So exam में अगर आपको critical evaluation का सवाल आ गया, you have to talk about the benefits as well as the challenges. So now, as I told in the beginning, AI requires lot of electricity. Already we are having a problem of energy in India. So now we need to produce more and more electricity. तो कहाँ से इतना सारा electricity production का capacity आएगा? That is the question. Second is the competition. India will have to compete against United States, China, UK, France, even South Korea. You know, these are the leaders in AI related production. Then India needs AI researchers, data scientist, chip engineer, AI infrastructure specialist. You know, then semiconductor. India still heavily depends on imported AI chips. So will it be manufactured in India? Therefore, the semiconductor industry, you know, like Assam we have the semiconductor industry coming up. That is a good thing. So you see, therefore AI will create a overall economic impact. Now, in the beginning we mentioned that to understand AI ka requirement, not only these things are the challenge, we also need to talk about something called GPU. I think all of you may be familiar with something called CPU, right? The CPU is what we are used to in computer. The CPU, central processing unit, it is like the brain of the computer. Now the problem is what? CPU can take only few tasks at a time. If you give more tasks, what happens? It hangs. You know, the computer hangs, it goes blank, etc. But the GPU, which is different from the CPU, the GPU is the graphics processing unit. It can same time, you know, calculate thousands of things, you know. So it is good at performing many calculations at the same time, unlike the CPU. So CPU is like a limited capacity. The GPU will have a higher capacity. Why? Because the GPU is a specialized electronic processor which is designed for graphics, you know, images, videos, animations, etc. So the GPUs are the main thing for AI. So now if the GPUs can be produced in India, then that will be a greater, what we can say, sovereignty for the country, right? So if you see here, CPU thinks step by step, but GPU thinks all at once in one shot. So if you see the difference, why the GPUs are important for AI? AI models like ChatGPT, या Gemini या Claude etc. These are the applications which we are using now. You know, they require massive mathematical calculations, computations. So a CPU may have just 4 to 64 cores. Okay, whereas a GPU will have thousands of processing cores. So that what happen, it will quickly process. So CPU process a few tasks at a time, whereas a GPU can process thousands of tasks simultaneously. So if you can imagine that, therefore the GPU becomes the main thing in AI ecosystem, yeah, AI infrastructure. Okay, so this makes the GPUs a compulsion for the AI, because training AI models, image recognition, language processing, data analytics, etc., we require the GPU. Clear? So this is from the science and tech point of view. You might even get exam में question, what is the GPU? Okay, it is not same like CPU. Don't get confused in exam. Okay. Now major GPU manufacturers currently is NVIDIA. This is the global leader. So the world's leading AI GPU producer. And we have Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. Then we have Intel. It also develops AI focused GPU products. Now in India also we have some companies which are manufacturing GPU currently, like NetWeb etc. Okay, but still we need to develop this in India. Now from exam perspective, the topic of artificial intelligence will mostly come under GS3, right? Like artificial intelligence, digital infrastructure, science and tech, economic development, data sovereignty, innovation ecosystem. All these are part of our GS3 paper from civil service exam perspective. Okay. So now if you understand, this is the new thing that is happening world over, the AI revolution. So you need to be ready for exam. Now one MCQ type of question I have given here. Which of the following best describes a GPU? It's a device used for internet connectivity, a specialized processor designed for parallel computation and graphics processing, a type of data storage device, a cyber security software. So the correct answer is B, right? So far what we have discussed and I explained, correct answer is B. That is a specialized processor designed for parallel, yeah, multiple computation at the same time. That is the basic function of what we call the GPU. Clear now? Okay. So now from exam ka mains ka perspective, when we talk about GS3 paper, you might get various questions. For example, you see, what are the graphics processing units GPU? Explain their significance in the development of artificial intelligence. So that's what I explained all this while. The GPU is required for image ka reading, language reading, mathematical calculation, processing of numerous data same time, you know. So we need that. Second question possible, discuss the importance of indigenous AI infrastructure for India's technological sovereignty. It is a new concept we are talking about, technological sovereignty, right? Then number 3, how can artificial intelligence contribute to inclusive growth in India? ये बार बार पूछा जाता है. इसमें तो मैंने ऑलरेडी बोला था, education will benefit, healthcare will benefit, agriculture will benefit, finance, governance, मतलब every sector will benefit. Question number possibly 4, examine the role of data center and high performance computing infrastructure in the growth of AI ecosystem. But question 3 is most likely, yeah, question 2 is also most likely. Question 5 is creative one, even essay में आ सकता है. AI is the new electricity of a digital age. Discuss in the context of India's economic transformation. You know, so this kind of question आपको एग्जाम में मेंस में पूछा जाएगा. उसमें क्या लिखना है उसका हिंट आंसर भी मैंने इधर कंपाइल किया है. 5 क्वेश्चन का मैंने समरी फॉर्म में आपको दिया है, राइट? सो दिस इटसेल्फ इज आल्सो द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ AI, you know. So therefore you see today AI is part of our life. So how we need to understand the AI is very important for our exam preparation as well. Okay. So the reforms in India is required, for future growth, so that in case we are planning to have a stronger India, stronger reforms, we need to have a lot of changes in AI, etc. Okay, so our exam perspective mein this topic will be very important and very necessary. Therefore, I suggest that you prepare these topics. Okay, so for any further details, you can contact Bhadra IAS Academy at 8638391721. So keep watching our videos and we'll give you more and more topic for exam preparation. Thank you.